Let's continue with another overreaction, but we turn to Major League Baseball for this next 120. Bryce Harper left Thursday's 4-2 win against the Diamondbacks due to a groin injury. He's considered day-to-day right now. Do you think the Nationals win the NL East even if they don't have Bryce Harper? We don't know right now. As I said, he's day-to-day. But do you think that's an overreaction, or could the Nationals win the NL East?
No, I don't think it's an overreaction. I think they can, especially with the emergence of Trey Turner and how great he's been as a table setter, especially when you look at Ryan Zimmerman and how unbelievable he's gotten off to this season, swinging such a hot bat. Daniel Murphy, same thing. We saw what Rendon was capable of doing even in just one night with his 6 for 6 and 3 homers and 10 RBIs. There's guys all up and down this lineup. Now, it is a totally different lineup without Bryce Harper. You can't take a former MVP and one of the most feared hitters in all of baseball out of a lineup and it not change. But it's still a damn good lineup. And I think the reason that I think they could still win the NL East, even without Harper, let's just say this is a groin injury that sidelines him for the rest of the season. I still think that they can win this division because they have the best pitching staff in the division. That's now with the recent news that Syndergaard is not going to be with the Mets for the crux of the heart of the season here. You take Thor off the Mets staff. You're already dealing with an iffy Steven Matz, an iffy Zach Wheeler coming back from his injury. Matt Harvey, is always iffy. DeGrom is really the surest thing on that staff right now. With what's happened with that Mets starting rotation, I think the Nationals have the best rotation. So when you have that kind of pitching and you still feature a very formidable lineup without Harper, I think they're the best team in the East. It's going to be a lot harder without Harper, but I still think that's how good the Nats are. They're playing great. And even...
Yeah, that was on display today with Max Scherzer. That's for sure. This is an interesting stat. The Nationals, the only NL East team with a winning record right now.
It's kind of when you look at...
kind of makes it a little bit more shocking, but you do give them more of a chance if you say, hey, Bryce Harper's out.
It's not a good division beyond them.
No.
Especially with the Mets in the form that they're in. They can't hit. Yossi is hurt. Syndergaard's hurt. They're completely out of sorts in Queens. We know the Braves aren't good. They're still a couple years away from really competing. The Marlins are inconsistent, but we knew they were going to struggle with the horrific tragedy of losing a player like Jose Fernandez and already kind of not being a sure thing. The Marlins are having trouble competing right now. We know the Phillies can be feisty, but they're not really that good. So the fact that you're looking at one team in the entire division that has a winning record and that team is as good as they are even without Bryce Harper, I still think that they're the class of the East with or without Bryce Harper.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Next
I'm
time,
working on it.
I'd rather you have the helmet ready to go, but,
Yeah, that was
that's okay.
sorely missing.
That was big.
Props!
Props!
Left me hanging!
They failed us.